What?
Hello?
I'm sorry, what?
Hello?
What?
How about now? Can you hear me now?
I'm just gonna nod and pretend that I hear you.
My name is DumandsONE, otherwise known as Uzi. Today I'm gonna tell you about how I can't fucking hear anything. Oh my god. I don't know exactly when, but I've always kind of had like a hearing issue. Quite annoying, and I'm gonna illustrate to you the struggles that I face. Now, I'm not saying that I'm deaf, but I'm definitely saying that something is happening. I've always sort of had relatively like okay hearing, but as I got older, I started to notice that I was not hearing exactly the same way other people would. I would be in restaurants and I'd be like, what the fuck are you people saying? Like, you're close, but you're so far away. With deeper tones, so like my own voice, for instance, is a little harder to hear. You might notice that in some videos I tend to like say a word and it kind of sounds like a almost like a sounds like I'm slurring it a little bit. See, I don't hear that until I edit the video, so I can't really tell like where my voice is, like where the range is too much. And oh boy, let me tell you, it is very hard to explain to people. Fuck, man. I work in customer service for at least 2 years now. Has it been 2 years? God, my life is horrid. Jesus Christ. I never noticed it before. I knew that I had like a problem. I don't necessarily think that it got worse or anything, but it's definitely more noticeable. Basically what happens is that if another sound is around me, like a machine or someone talking very loudly, I tend to be unable to hear whatever it is I am trying to focus on. And a lot of the times, even when I'm not being distracted by other sounds, I'll have trouble. A lot of times it comes from people who have deeper voices. I've explained it to my dad, who has hearing issues, and he basically said that when someone has a higher voice, he hears it better. I don't know if that's significant or not. Woo! But I felt like I should make a video about it, just talking about it, because I mean, it's something in my life. It doesn't necessarily like mean anything horrid, but I'm pretty sure that I'm going deaf. I've accepted my goddamn fate. It's very frustrating when I'm trying to serve a customer and I am asking for them to repeat their order like 7 times. Or like I used to be in a situation where I would be asked to do something and I wouldn't do it. And then my boss and or coworkers would get mad at me and I'd just be like, dude, I didn't fucking hear you. How about you speak a little bit clearer, speak a little bit louder? It's not that complicated. It's kind of like the idea that like I can't see far away and I'll be like walking in the middle of like a street and I'll see someone like far away, but like they'll be a little bit blurry and I'll think to myself, everybody sees the world this way. But no, if I'm picking my nose in the distance, fucking Jonathan over here is gonna fucking see it. But if he's picking his nose in the distance, well, for all I know, he's scratching his mouth. The world doesn't work the way my brain works, and the world doesn't work the way everyone else's brain might work. When you say something loud, doesn't necessarily mean that you're being very clear with your words. This isn't like a story time or anything. I just thought I'd like Google something. Why can't I hear low voices? Naked Science Forum has an answer. Oh my god, it's a long post. It's so long, dude. You may have a hearing problem. Like right now I'm talking like in my YouTube voice. I mean, I would say it's pretty deep. It's similar to my normal talking voice. It's just a little more whatever that means. Leave it in the comment section below. If I were to physically make a higher voice, so for instance, hi, how's it going, guys? It's definitely much louder in my head than when I'm talking like this. When I talk like this, my voice sounds almost muted, and it almost sounds like I have to force it out. At least like when I'm speaking, it kind of sounds like I'm forcing my voice out. Talking to someone and I'll be mumbling, or I'll be talking to someone and I'll be basically fucking yelling. I'll go from 0 to fucking 100. Hey, how's it going? Hey, I'm whispering. Yeah, I can't tell. What? Okay. I can tell when I'm doing it because I can tell through the vibrations in my throat and like the loudness overall. I'll just be talking and I'll get progressively louder, and then somebody will go, can you not talk so loud? And I'll be like, oh gee, Rick, I didn't mean to speak so loud. Oh man. Ugh. Some of the things that I have endured at work, people telling me to listen closely, get a hearing aid. I don't necessarily need. I want to point that out. I'm not deaf enough that I would need a hearing aid, but often people have been like, well, if it's so bad, get a hearing aid. What? You're so fucking stupid. Oh my god. How stupid can you fucking be? Fucking ah! I hate customer service because of my hearing issue. Hearing is like bad, but like it's not horrendous. And when you are constantly serving people who are very self-centered, yes, customers are very self-centered. I will say it once and I won't say it again. I might get sued. And they're extremely picky for some reason, walking to a fucking fast food joint. You just want to kill yourself because you're just like, what the fuck are you saying? I have resorted to literally reading people's lips. I even read people's lips that well. Like they'll say the first item and I'll be like, yes, just give me a moment. I'll punch it into the machine and I'll be like, continue. Like I have to fucking look at them at this point. It's horrible to have like something like me where you are not necessarily deaf. You just seem to have trouble with certain sounds. People don't give a shit. People basically, you tell them and they'll be like, ah, okay. But most of the time, unless it's like fucking presented on a screen in front of them, no one gives a shit. And when people do give a shit, they give you the garbage responses. I made a comment once where I was like, at this point, I want to just wear a fucking sign on my head. And one of my coworkers was like, yeah, then people will believe you. Excuse me? People won't. What? When someone tells you that they can't hear, they don't need a sign for you to believe them. You don't walk in their shoes. Okay? I don't know. That's the no. I can say this now because he's not my boss anymore. But this one time, my boss, my old boss, said something to me. Told me to clean something and I thought it was something else. So I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna go in the front and I'm not gonna start cleaning this just in case it's not the thing that he wants me to clean. Because I'm not crazy and I'm not gonna be an asshole. And as I am about to ask him, sorry, I didn't hear what you said, could you repeat? He interrupts me halfway through and starts fucking going at me. I want to let you in on a little secret, but working at a minimum wage customer service fast food job, etc. I know what you're thinking. You're like, wait, your boss can't yell at you? He shouldn't be doing that. Well, shit, dude, this stuff happens when you have a bad job. It happens when you have a good job too. So really, you know, it's not an excuse, but I'm telling you, it's not a surprise. So he's like fucking going at me and I'm like, dude, I didn't fucking hear what you said. It's not that fucking hard just to fucking clear your little throat and go, I asked you to clean this. Not that hard, but he's going at me. He was fucking interrupting me every fucking second. And then my stupid fucking manager fucking walks over. She's not my manager anymore, I can say this, so what do you fucking do? She walks over to me and she's like, calm down. And I'm like, you have no excuse. She fucking goes at me when I don't hear her, and then when I'll tell her, I would tell her countless times, I didn't hear you. I have a hearing issue. I didn't hear you. Can you speak a little bit louder? I didn't hear you, but no, it's always my fault. I don't know what it's called, okay? I'll get my ears checked, I'm sure. But I'm just saying, why on earth is it that people who genuinely have an issue where it renders them useless in certain situations or renders them, you know, where it's difficult to do certain things, why do we need to act like they're just normal? Like, I don't want people yelling in my face, obviously. I don't want people talking like, "Did you hear me?" No? I don't want people doing that. I'm not asking for that, but I'm asking, why do people not acknowledge when there is an issue? We just seem to like put these oddity groups in just like a bracket and we go, well, we know that they have it, but do they really matter now? Anyway, so I'm just sharing my thing in case you didn't know about my hearing issue. I'm very vocal about it on Twitter, so if you follow me on Twitter, you'll know all about it. You can follow me on Twitter. My link is in the bio. Anyway, so if you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below and tell me any sort of like struggles you have faced regarding like physical issues or mental issues, or maybe you've seen someone else experience it. Maybe you have a friend who has a problem and you've noticed that people tend to just kind of ignore it. Like the issue is that like I'll tell people and it's boom, they know it and now they forget. And I don't like that. Leave it in the comment section below and I will reply if I am inclined to reply. Usually I am, and remember, stay Gucci, my friends.